Well, hello, my YouTube friends and family. Hey, Red Ninja! I'm working on my cam. For some reason, it's not focusing. So I'm going to try to get it focused a little better. Webcam controller, pop out. So how are you doing? What if I should take that off autofocus? I don't know. Or should I put it on autofocus? Hold on, let me go into advanced settings. And control. Come on. Oops. I'm looking in the wrong place. Terry! Hey, Tina! Give me a second. I'm working with my cam over here. It's fuzzy for some odd reason. Get it to focus better. I don't know. Let me store defaults. Okay, once I restore the defaults, let me pull it in. It's being stubborn. I have it on autofocus. You think it would do a little better than what it's doing. It's being stubborn. Come on, work for me today. Hey, Scooby-Doo. I like Scooby-Doo. I have a Scooby-Doo t-shirt. How does this look on you guys' end? Should I take it off autofocus or leave it on autofocus? I don't know. Just seems like it's grainy. Hey, Metro. I'm playing with my camera. Looks grainy. That's restoring it to defaults, really. How does it look to you guys? Still blurry? Okay, let me see here. Close. I think I'm making it worse. I have no clue what I'm doing for crafting tonight. Oh, is that better or no? I took it off of autofocus. Okay. To me, on Google Hangouts, it looks better. Much better. Well, thank you, Robin. Okay, now I'm going to try to focus it in a little more. How about that? So close enough to be able to see the tags. Well, hey there, Junk Journals and More. Boy, did I get lucky on her stream the other day. I jumped in and on her stream and was watching her live, and darn it, I'd be darned if I didn't win a prize. That was so surprising. I so wasn't expecting that. I get lucky every once in a while. I'm planning on a 2K giveaway coming up soon too. Can you guys see this? Does this look worse or better? I have a lamp. Wait a minute, let me see here. That might put a reflection out. Maybe that won't work. Maybe it'll look better without the light. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to do this because I want to show these. So anyways, I have been working on this. I have no clue what I'm going to do. I never plan. So I'm kind of like winging it. And oh my goodness, guys, you want to see a beautiful journal, junk journals and more. Oh my God, that one you did with the circus just blew me away. She did a wonderful, beautiful Barnum Circus one for someone as a custom. It's just gorgeous and it's huge. I don't think I've ever seen a journal that big. And I love how you did the flowers down the spine. That was just so pretty. Give it a delicate look. You're welcome. She does great work, guys. I'm still new at this, so I wing everything. Well, hey there, country girl, paranormal. Now, I wanted to tell you guys, Wednesdays, I used to do videos called Welcome Wednesdays. And what I would do when I first started is I was reading like my comment section, and I would pick like 10 people and put their links below and just do a shout out with their picture. Okay, this is what I was told. This just goes to show YouTube rumors. So what I would do was show their heading of their channel so people could see their name and everything. Well, then somebody told me, oh, if you show a person's heading, you could get in trouble if they have their privacy settings on, blah, 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 blah. So, you know, I just quit doing it and I deleted all the videos. So then I started over and just did a shout out and put their links below in the description box and just left it like that. Well, I kind of want to do it live. So what I think I'm going to do is, because I miss doing Welcome Wednesdays, I haven't done them for a while because it's really hard for me to keep up, because every Wednesday I'm kind of like, I have a meeting I go to, but after the meeting, when I come home, I'd like to take about an hour. Hey, Francis, to do like a networking, because I want to help other channels grow. Because for me, I know when I came on, when I was at my 300, I mean, I don't know how all of you guys navigate, but how I started was I really didn't come to YouTube to start a channel, but when it happened, I kind of would just go to people's channels if I would type in like a certain thing I was searching for, like a Dollar Tree haul or something like that. And that's how I started meeting people. But it's kind of like narrowness, because I'm not just part of the crafting community. I'm not part of just the makeup community. I have friends in all these places. So I decided that I would just take and, no, it's not Books Anonymous, Francis. I thought I would take and do a live Welcome Wednesday so that the people that I know can come in and all you guys can get to know their channels. Now, I don't like it when somebody comes to my comment sections that put subs and number 4 and for sub and all that crap, because that's just not, to me, that's not how you properly network. And I do agree with what these new channels are doing that I have come to meet. When you network with someone, because they usually get thrown in my spam anyways. I take about 29 people out of my spam weekly. And on your phone, you can't see it, but your computer, you can. So my way of networking is this. If you go to another person's channel, like, comment. If you like their content, comment on something to do with the video and what you like about it. And then if you like the channel, subscribe to them. And they'll do it back. If you don't like the content, I wouldn't subscribe. And I don't mean that to be mean, but one of the first networking ones I was into didn't really explain it. So it's like everybody was adding everybody and not really paying attention. And let's just say I ended up with a subscriber that had the worst channel I think I've ever seen since I've been on YouTube. They were taking Play-Doh people and making them do very naughty things. And it was hysterical because one of my other friends had added that same channel, and me and her were rolling laughing about it because I said, I haven't never seen a channel do that. So that's the only channel I unsubscribed from because that's definitely not the content I'm interested in. Now, I don't mind watching gamers. I don't mind watching a very nice variety. They have an aquatic community where they have fish. They have music. They have people that like to sing with Esmeal. There's so many channels out there. It's incredible. So I thought on Wednesdays I would come on because I'm going to try to cut this short. I'm not going to stay on till midnight tonight because it kills me. I'm just so worn out. Poor Tina. I think I put her through the ringer because my husband comes home and I'm usually on till he comes home. It's just too late. Oh, I know. I'm telling you, Tosh time. Yay, there's Toshi. I can't wait to get her mug in. But yeah, it was hysterical, Tosh, because I went back to watch the video and they were having them do naughty things. It was awful. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this channel even exists. It didn't get shut down. So yeah, I unsubscribed from that channel. So this is what I suggest, that if a person really likes what another person's doing, and I'm sorry for the gamers, I can't always run 2 hours streams, but I do guarantee this, that even if you're running 2 hour, 3 hour streams, you're at least going to get 11 minutes of watch time from me. You know, sometimes if a person's 20 minutes, I can kick it in, or it's the hours that kill me. If it's a live, I seem to do better. But that's what I try to do. I try to give people as much watch time as I can because it is rough to try to keep up with all these channels. Did you see, Tosh? I made it to 2K this week. I was so excited. When I started YouTube, I was looking for advertising. It cost me over $800 for advertising for my used bookstore. So I came to YouTube to learn how to do advertising in a better way, you know, cost effective. I had no clue that the common user could have a channel. I did not know this. I thought you had to be like Journey or Def Leppard or somebody famous to have a YouTube. I never knew that it was, and it just turned into a channel. So my goal was 50 people. I thought if I could get 50 people to watch and know that I have a bookstore, things would change. Thanks. And that's what started it. And now I can't believe I'm at 2K. It's one thing when you think, oh my gosh, you know, I'm sitting in a room with 50 people, but 2,000 people, that is a lot of people, guys. That's like almost an outdoor concert. So it is kind of nervous, you know, when you realize that. But Tosh is one of my inspirations, and she doesn't even know why. She has got this channel where she really, really encourages people to keep pushing. Don't you even break out the tissues, neither, Tosh. And there was a thing I went through in my store. I set it up on my first website, and I had my domain, but they did not have shipping incorporated. So needless to say, yeah, I can have a temper at times, but sometimes I just get so frustrated because I don't have nobody in my family to ask questions on how to build a business because nobody in my family's done it. I had 2 great aunts, I think, had a grocery store, but they're gone. So I had nobody, and plus they weren't in the tech age anyways when it happened. So it took me 5 months to get everything on this website, and I'm talking hard work, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. And then all of a sudden my daughter goes to buy it and there was no shipping to check out. I'm like, you got to be freaking kidding me. I've never worked at a post office. I have no freaking clue how to do shipping. So needless to say, I called my post office master and was talking to them. They did not get back to me. I literally almost gave up. I just sat down. 3 months. I sat in a chair, Tosh, and I pouted. My husband's like, you have all these books downstairs in this store. What are you going to do? And I'm like, I just can't do this. I'm tired. I'm worn out. I'm old. And I shouldn't be in my 50s starting a freaking business. I had my inner pout session. And I'm like, I have nobody to ask questions to. I have no clue what I'm doing. And I just sat and I stared at the TV day in, day out, and in my blanket, in my PJs for almost 3 months. I was just boo-hooing in self-pity. And then 6 months later, they finally call the post office and says, we have the answer to this question. I completely forgot what I even called him about because it took him so long to return. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And they were like shipping because, like I had scales and everything, but I just didn't know how to incorporate because they wanted you to take shipping like to Australia. But I don't know what it costs to mail out of the country off the top of my head. And I had no way to find this out. So I paid over this is where Tosh comes in. I paid over $300 for this site and not one book sold for the entire year because I had no way to figure out the shipping. So that's like I said, I pouted away, Tosh. My husband's like, Tammy, you came this far. You started in the garage. You're in the bottom of the house. I did. I started in my 2-car garage. And I was just, and people couldn't believe when they walked in the garage, they were like, this doesn't even look like a garage because I had pictures on the walls. It looked so nice. So when I moved it downstairs, because I didn't have air conditioning or nothing, so I love it where it's at now. I about froze to death in the winter and roasted in the summer. And it was awful. So finally, a friend of mine in Ohio owns alpacas, and she was telling me about Etsy. So I switched from this other site to Etsy, and it changed my whole world. And 2, I walked into one of Tasha's streams. She had this big old smile, and she kept saying, push it, keep pushing it. And I was like, oh my God, it was like the perfect words. It's like, why didn't I hear this before my pout session? But she always does that. She always says, keep pushing. And when everybody kept trying to beat me up and, basically it's a bookstore. Nobody reads anymore. Everybody's on social media. If you only heard the negativity that was going in my ears, it was terrible. Like nobody had faith that this would ever take off. But when I prayed, it came to me in church. It's like, God, I'm not getting any younger now. I need help. I need to figure out what to do with my life because I can't just do a sit down job all day and I can't do a standing job all day, but I can do both because I have small vessel disease. And if I sit too long in an office type job, my feet swell. If I stand too long, my feet swell. So I have to do, in my bookstore, I can do both. When I'm sitting for a long period of time, and I start feeling my body hurt, I can get up and do something. I don't have to answer to nobody, and I'm my own boss. Yes, it was Tosh. And she does. She has a wonderful smile, a wonderful channel. She is very encouraging. And I think I got her the other day, one of her streams, when I told her that, because I did. If it wouldn't have been for that and the backbone of some people in your life that constantly keep you positive and keep you motivated, I don't know what I would do. Then I caught her working out on her treadmill, and I had just got one for Christmas. And she doesn't know it, but when I was on my treadmill with her, I watch her on the treadmill when I'm doing mine, and it was Ty. Ty was another one. I got on my treadmill and she was on her treadmill too, because it's hard to work out when you don't have a partner sometimes. And I made a comment on my Facebook page, drama book page, and I said, I am so tired of doing everything alone all the time. And this girl come back at me in my comment section saying, well, you got to be comfortable with yourself before you're being comfortable with other people. I said, listen, lady, you don't understand my life. I'm 8 hours in my house, not going anywhere, alone. I'm alone too much. That's my problem. And I said, and it's nice to have somebody with you. So, you know, a lot of the times, like we don't have a crafting circle here. It's really hard to find somebody to exercise with you because of job schedules. You could come on YouTube any time of the day and you can find somebody there to do stuff with you. You've got crafting, you've got workout people. So you know what? Keep pushing it with Tosh. That's how I look at it. We will find somebody to work with us. So that's how I look at it. And it's great. And I'm so blessed to have met the friends I have met because you guys are such lovely people. And she is. Tosh is a very, very lovely person. And you guys, if you check out her channel, and oh my gosh, talk about me with Sash. You should see how ornery she gets. Tosh gets really, she gets ornery too, especially when she was away from home and I don't know what she was out doing. And she comes on, oh my God, you are so funny, lady. She cracks me up. Yes. And I hate when some live streams end. I know, Tosh. I hear it. I hear it in you at times. She'll come up and she gets this ornery attitude, and I'm thinking, there's that Tosh coming out. She's awesome though. And then the body, she's another one. She likes speaking her mind too. She's like me. She's forward. Metro, you're so quiet. Metro is so innocent. Don't let him fool you. I don't ever think I've ever seen a naughty bone in Metro. Okay, so these are from a law book that the pieces were too brittle to do anything with except rip and glue down. You couldn't do signatures with these because they would fall apart. Bonnie. And then I took Mod Podge and did napkins that I had torn up down on these. And then I was sitting there thinking, what the heck do I do next? So I'm winging it, guys, because this whole thing I've just done off the top of my head. I never plan my lives or what you're going to see. So you never know, except you won't see me topless. Because if that happened, oh God, the internet would die. So anyways, I found these. I actually ordered these. These were a small set. And I thought these were kind of cute because like I don't have individual like words yet in stamps. So sometimes I think it's cool just to stick these together and whatever you want to say, you can stamp them down. So I thought in honor of our positivity, this is what just came off the top of my head because of Tosh again, that I would just stick words on here that it show positivity. These are still stuck together. I've only used these one time. I put the word friends inside of a book. So we're just going to have to pick some words. I can't wait till your mug comes in. I get to see your smile every day, Tosh. Nice and clear. I'm telling you, she's got the whitest teeth I think I've ever seen in my life. And I did see your video on how you do the white teeth too. She's got a video that she does and shows you how she gets her white teeth, and it's beautiful. The company that I don't know, she was sponsored in the video or just did it, but it was good. I tried those teeth dishes before, but they never worked on me. So let's see what encouraging words. Let me get them torn apart first that we can come up with here. Oh, I will. Don't worry. As soon as it comes in, I'll be doing a video on it. Hey, Jacqueline. And I'm sorry if there's anybody I missed. Well, hey, Debs. Yes, it does. Toss, your teeth look amazing. It's like every time you smile, I wait for a sparkle. Seriously, I've never seen teeth so white in my life. I think the only thing I ever tried was I think it was the crust whitening trays. And but my teeth never looked that white. So we have a question mark. We have the letter D. These are all small case letters. So it's going to look cute. I thought about ripping pages out, like with words, but then I got to thinking, I really don't want to do that because he's already got words on them. So I thought maybe if I just stamped an encouraging word on each one. Hey, Googler. Doing good. I always live in Google. Oh, nappy time. You're not too old for this. You're still young. I'm doing great, Googler. How are you? So what's our first word? Let's see here. Aw, will you take care, Bonnie? Bonnie's my Australian sister. We'll have to put, let's see. I think what I'm going to put on the first one, just because I think it'd be cute, is maybe pick out the things for the word thankful. Because that's how I have been feeling. So let me pick out the letters. I hope they fit. Where's my little letter A hiding? I'm not seeing the letter A, guys. That's all of them too, isn't it? No, there's a few more they're hiding from me. Was like, that can't be it. There's the, I don't see the letter A yet. There it is. So we have THA. Where's my N? Here's my N. Here's my letter K. I don't know if these are going to fit. And then F-U-L. There's F-U. This is going to be a tight squeeze. There's the L. Okay. Well, this is going to be a tight squeeze, guys. So maybe we'll just do, let's see if that will fit. It's really going to be squeezing them on, but like Tosh said, we're going to keep pushing. We're going to make this happen. So let me get out my colors. I think I'm just going to go with black on this, since we're kind of keeping it vintagey looking. So we have think. Watch me make a mess. Okay. So we're going to hold these as tight as possible. We're going to stamp them all at once. This is going to be funny if this turns out. And then we're going to put them all down. This is going to be rough. And it worked. Yay! See? Right across the bottom, it says thankful. Is that like not awesome? I like that because it gives it a like kind of off, up and down. That's cute. This is what journaling's all about. Making messes and all that good stuff. Okay, so we have thankful. And then we're going to do on this one. I don't think I have two S's to be able to pull that off. See if we can do it this way. B L E. So we're going to do the first part of the word first. We're going to have to guesstimate on this because I don't have enough letters. So we're going to do BLES first. I'm going to put this right here. This is going to be fun to try to line up. Okay, and then we're going to do S, E, where's the letter D? So we're going to have blessed. See how this turns out. It's going to be crooked. But it's still cute. So we have blessed across the center of this one. Is that like not cute? I love this. And if I'm mocking anybody else on this, oh well. This is my idea because I didn't watch no videos to do this. Sometimes as crafters, I think we think the same and don't realize it. So we have thankful, we have blessed. Okay. How about inspired? I-N That's not an I, that's an L. Where's my I? There it is. I-N-S and then P. I feel like I'm playing Scrabble over here. R. Where's my R? E. Oh man. Where's my D? There it is. Oh, this is a big word, guys. So I think what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to do it down the side. And I think how I'm going to do it is I'm going to turn the letters. Hold on in this direction. Oh, this is going to be so cool. Sorry, my mind's over here. Too busy concentrating. It's P. Where's my I? One I. Oh, okay. That's what I did. Okay, we're going to have to do the beginning of the word and then finish it. So we'll do this. And then shoot this down this way because we need the letter I again. I, R, E, D. This is going to be so cute. So here we go. Look how cute that turned out. So what I did was I turned them sideways and then up and down so that it would shoot down this way for the word inspired. Cool. Almost done. We got 3 more words. Thankful, blessed, inspired. How about the opposite side on this one? We do creative. So we'll do C. E. A. I'm a lefty, so I'm going to look backwards. T. I. V. And then I'll have to come back and do the. Okay, so we're going to do this way. These are not, this is not easy to hold this. This is funny. I know some people that like work with their like tongue hanging out. I don't, but I think it's funny when they do. And there we go. We got creative. There it is. Which letter ran away? It was letter D. Yes, it's getting there. Inspired. Do you like the inspired so far? Okay. Let's think of another word here. Thankful, blessed, inspired, creative. Yeah, I like the inspired one too. I like them all. Grateful. Gotta have grateful in there. G. We're going to do this one. I'm going to swap this. I want grateful across that one. Grateful for my YouTube family and friends. Here's the L. Surprised I don't have ink all over my fingers from doing this. Oh, that'll just fit. Okay, here we go. Let go. Yay! Come right across the center. I like it when they're not totally even though. It makes it look more scrappy. let's see what my last one will be. Come a long way from where I was before. All these words are so meaningful too. Thankful, blessed, inspired, creative, grateful. And above all else, the one thing that nobody can buy. Loving. We put L. O. B. I. N. G. Except this one, I think. Let's see how am I going to do this. I think with this one, I think I'm going to take this one, do it a little different. I think I'm going to do this one letter at a time so I can stretch it out. So we'll do L. One thing about these ones, I don't think you have to push them down that far. I think I just screwed up that L, but you know what? We'll fix it. Yeah, kind of like well, I already did B. I'll get it here in a second. And I could have put kindness on there too. I like that word too. So our L's a little messed up. It's okay though. Turn into a capital. And then what can I do here? Hold on a sec. Give me 1 second. I know exactly what I'm going to do to fix it. Right. Sorry, I had to go halfway across the house to get it. We are going to take some gesso. Let me get this out of my way. And we get some gesso in the lid. Just want to take this and dab a paintbrush in it. And we're going to cover that up. It's one thing about art. Things can be fixed. Okay. Let me take and scooch this back. A little bit of a blob. And there we have loving. And when this dries, it'll look better. Sometimes when you use stamps, you get that the square corners when you press the letters down. And once that dries, if I want to, I can stick a sticker up there too. I'll hide it. Either or. And I've been playing with gesso and paint here lately, because I've been experimenting with some new things that will come out later. But I think we have our words for the day. Hey, Donald. Sorcery. Arrest the witch. You're too funny. Not yet, not yet. I need to get a wet one. Hold on a sec. One thing about it, when you join YouTube, your phone's never quiet anymore. Mine blows up like popcorn. I have to turn it off on a daily basis. So, clean off my little rubber stamps so I don't get ink everywhere. Oh, I did get a little bit on my fingers, but that's okay. We're allowed to get dirty. This is one time I can get dirty and get away with it. And I like these. See, one thing about it is when I'm doing these sometimes too, I mean, they can be really decorated with buttons and ribbons or, you know, fabric or whatever you want to put on them. But the only thing I don't like about that is if I decide to use these in pockets, I don't want buttons and stuff on them, because pulling them in and out of the pocket can pull them off. So I've been trying to work with flat tags so that doesn't happen. But I love it. I love these. These are looking really pretty. I'm trying to build up some ephemera to where I can pluck it and use it. You know, like I don't have baskets of stuff when I go to do a journal to just pull things from. And I need to get some stuff built up, because I tend to make things, like I'll make a journal and then make things later. Like here, you guys seen this enough. This was my journal that I had built, but now it's like I need to work on some ephemera for it. And right now I only have, I think, a couple items in here right now. I could put some lace on the edges of some of the pages. Where was, oh, I have this little tuck spot. But I don't want to overdo this one, because I plan on doing a lot of writing in it. And I don't know. I like decorating as I go along. I don't mind putting a few things in though. I kind of like it sometimes when people sell journals and they have a envelope full of ephemera you could add as you go along. So we shall see with this one. But I do think I want to use one of these for this one. I think I might put like one of these tags with this. I think that would go with it. Anyway, I'm talking to myself. Hey there, Tabby. How are you? If you guys don't know each other, check out each other's channels, add each other. I don't even know if I have everybody that comes into my live streams added. But if I don't and you leave a comment in my comment section, I will get back to you. I'm so behind in comments though right now. It might take me a little bit. I got to go down through. Here's my button box. I have all these goodies yet to use. Put my little stamps back in here. They got their own special little pocket over here. Terry, are you still in here or are you hiding? Oh, Louise is in here. She snuck in here. And Tosh left. Aww. She's so awesome. I love Toshi. Look at this. Look at these cool buttons. I got some things in here I want to add to stuff later. Oh, I got so many ideas. I just need to get them done. Look at this. Here's a button that looks like a spider. This would be great for Halloween. Got a lot of cool stuff. I just need to get it used. Terry that was in here, he was in here earlier. He's my longest friend on the web so far. He's been with me since Yahoo, poor guy. He's put up with my crap for years. So I got to figure out what I'm going to use for the top of this. I'll let these dry off. And I think I might put something up there. I'm not sure yet. Or I might draw something. Probably could draw a heart or something on there. But I like the way these turned out for winging it. It's not bad. Some napkins and some words. I don't know if there's anything else I want to add to these or not. Oh, I know what I could do. Once that dries. This one doesn't have flowers. And neither does that one. Do I want to do that? I don't know. I mean, I probably could have crossed the center. So that would be kind of cute. Let's see how this turns out. Sorry, my chair is so squeaky. This was actually a chair my dad gave me. It used to be an office chair a long time ago. Okay, so we will take this flower one. I'm going to press it. I'm going to put this over this. See how this works out. Not real dark, but cute. Give it a little bit of a decoration in it. I'll take it. And I like this stamp. The stamp is cute. Who else left in here? Did I scare everybody away? So we have a flower one. And then on the other ones, let's see. So that one's got one. Oh, that would look kind of cute right there. You still sticking with me, lady? I wonder if I should do some color, more color in these, or just leave these black and white. I think I'll leave them black and white. Let's try this one. I'm playing with my stamps over here. Poor Tina. You poor lady. Oh, now that looks cute. I think I'll just add some stands to them and call them done. Except for the ties. Okay, so we'll put different things on each one. I love this stamp. This is one of my favorites. And then aw. Well, you take care, Deb, and thanks for stopping in. It's very much appreciated. You have sweet dreams. I'll take this stamp. You working on anything? Tina, are you working on anything good? Oh, besides scanning. Oh, yeah, you gotta love the scans. I used to hate that when I didn't have a timer set. And I'd be right in the middle of working on a craft, or, a thing online. And all of a sudden my scan would come on. It just did not mix well. Trying to create animation that already lags your computer, and then you get the thing that pops up. This is friend to friend. Let's see what else I can use. Kind of want pictures, not words. So we'll skip those ones. Well, this one's cute. So we'll stick this one down in this corner. So tonight, I guess, will be stamp night. Oh, that came off real nice. Okay. Last two. I got a bunch of little ones I like using. These ones all have words, though. 10 words. So, let's check over here. It's another word. Girl. I'm so picky. Oh, this one's cute. Maybe. That's different. That one says happy birthday. That's cute. I'm not really into the checkered ones. These checkered looking hearts. Maybe I need to do a destash. Let's see what these two look like. I don't know. I guess this one's kind of cute. Let's see what this looks like. I shall put you right here where my mistake was. I can color you in. Ooh. So the gesso is dried. Okay, that looked cute. Sometimes you think you don't like a stamp and then you end up liking a stamp. I kind of like that one. Okay, now for this one, I got one more. We'll try this one. Something I would never pick. Hey, Francis. Oh, that's not good. Did you see when I thanked you for my surprise, Francis? That was nice of you. She found me a blue book, and it's so cute. All of us ladies in our blues. I think it's funny, though, when we all get to bidding on the same thing. I seriously don't care if I lose something. Seriously, I don't. I can't. It's funny, though, when I put cry faces in the room. Natasha does it, too. It's cute. But I don't care because you know how I look at it. It's fun. We have a blast when we're in there. And like I say, it's a coupon when we're at the bottom because we save money that we don't have to spend in the first place. So if I lose, I'm okay. I deal with it. I think out of all the books, there was one regret that I wished the one person who was doing the live stream at the time would have changed one thing. It wasn't Patty's stream, it was someone else's. There was this book that they never looked up. I kid you not. Some books need checked. They really, really do before you go to sell them. I believe you could eyeball some things and just know, but I do believe that there are some of value that people don't realize they're so valuable. And there was one person that sold this one, and I'm telling you, there was so much regret. I missed it by like seconds. And you can't find it. It's like nowhere. It's not something that you can look up on eBay. They don't even have a picture of it online. And it is one of the most beautiful books I've ever seen. I love the cover of it. And the person that got it before me, what's sad, they literally sell this book, the sheets in it. It was a music book. And they literally sell the sheets online for $10 a piece because you cannot find the book. So I was Googling because I was kind of curious how you put images like on Google. And it just keeps saying that you have to have like a selling site or something. Like Google don't have a special place, which they really should, where people can put images on, because even if that, a person buys a book that they can't find, I think it would be cool to get the cover up on Google so people could see it. But I thought it was funny because somebody told me one time, well, if it's not on Google, then it probably isn't valuable. And I'm like, did you just hear what you said? I mean, I'm not being rude, but seriously, it's a human that put the information into Google in the first place. So if you're not seeing a book, it's probably because it's more valuable, not because it's less valuable, because Google doesn't have all the answers. But I mean, it's just funny how people think Google should have everything, but they don't. So, like I said here, I have a book sitting right here. You can't find this on Google neither. I found the price on this book by a description because you can't find this. And sometimes if you're not sure on a book, if you literally are on a computer, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but if you take a picture of the front of something and you drag it and drop it in Google search engine, it'll take you right where it's at sometimes. But this cover is nowhere. This here, to find even the beginnings of what this cost, I had to go under Abe's books and read the descriptions with no pictures to find it. Somebody literally described this, and there's only one, and they have it posted for $40. And this is actually falling apart. But this is a 1973 Richard's Almanac by Benjamin Franklin. There's our president. This book is so delicate. I love it. The pages are great. It's just the inside of the cover that was bad. Or I'm sorry, 1736. And then in the back, right here in the corner, that's a stamp that says March. I believe it says March 9th, 1910. But I need a magnifying glass. But it's just this part here of it's messed up. It's ripped. Like you could see where it had like a water stain on this part of it. If you see it sideways, you'll see it. I don't know if you guys can see that reflection. But the inside pages are immaculate. Like all these pages are in great shape. So what I'm thinking about doing with this, I'm thinking about scanning it and putting, like, I don't know if you guys ever seen this done or not, but you can scan like an entire book and make just a regular cover out of scrapbooking paper or something so that people can share it. Because, I mean, it's really cool. What you read in here is really interesting. I love, let's just say if a guy come back from the past and talk like this today, I would be like with my mouth hanging open. I never saw an oft removed tree, nor yet an oft removed family that throve so well as those that settled be. I mean, like, can you imagine talking like that in this day and age? He that by the plow would thrive, himself must either hold or drive. I just love this book. But it's like, how do you put a price on it when it's falling apart? You know what I mean? I think it'd be better to scan it and then maybe sell copies of it for a certain price to where people can enjoy it. Like nothing astronomical. But, you know, because I just think this is awesome. But so you can see the date. Here, I'll hold it up. This didn't have like a copyright page. But you can find Poor Richard's Almanacs, but this cover is leather. That's leather. It is so soft. But this is it says preface for 1736, if that comes into focus. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. My camera doesn't like focusing sometimes. I'm trying to make it to where it's not blurred. But I don't know. But I just think this is yummy. And then look at this netting, like where it's falling apart. This tree is so cute. The peep through the peephole. It's got like this old, like netting in it. It's like falling to pieces. This is one of the books I bought from the auction I was in. But I love it. It's so soft. Look how worn that is. Wouldn't that be cool to share, though? I think it would be cool to share. Hold on. My little journal is falling. Alrighty. You have a good one, Francis. I hear ya. That's me, too. I'm always saving my stuff when the electricity goes out here because you never know when you got to call somebody. But these were the stamps, Tina. This is how they turned out. This one here was like 2 little hearts with a ribbon. I think these look done. I'm just building up a stash is what I want to do. So I put the word and then stamped. And then this here was a little heart stamp, the word thankful. I think these turned out pretty good. And then around the edges, I probably could distress it. Let me see where all my goodies are. Oh, there was a stamp that fell out. Hey, Vicky. How are you doing tonight? Since I have so much black on these, I might just go ahead and pick a different color to do the edging. What you think? I might go with this color over here. It's kind of a dark black. I mean a dark brown. I got Hickory Smoke, Vintage Photo, Ground Espresso, and Black Soot. So maybe I'll go with, I don't know. Maybe I'll go with the Ground Espresso. Hey, Louise, I see you. Oh, that's pretty. So that's what I'll do then. Is there anybody else live tonight too? I need to go visit Millie's stream again. I haven't been on her stream in a little while. You're kidding. Wow. The Wreck of the Nursery Flyer. That's crazy. Yeah, sometimes I'll find books that Patty has. What was that one she had that one night that had the lady in the heart, like a flowered heart? There was so many versions written in that particular book, but they didn't have the color she had. Oh my goodness, my twisted life. Vicky, the only thing I could think of is a lot of the times, like when we go to auctions and things like that, if it's a first edition, sometimes if you get a hold of a first edition book, they're very pricey. There's a set that I have in my store right now that you can't buy under $300. I kid you not. I haven't showed it to people yet. But I just haven't brought myself to part with it. I don't even know why I'm hanging on to it. I mean, for real. But if you look up the tiny golden book libraries, they're selling for $300 a piece, and they're just like a condensed little set. I have 3 of the sets in the same library, but they're 3 different sets. I'll have to show it to you guys to explain it. But you can't touch those books under $300. And I think it's because they're so rare and people can't get a hold of them. And I literally got fortunate enough to get these books because a lady, her great aunt died. And she brought a vehicle full of stuff. It was like a quarter of a truck full. And she was asking me to go through it. And I said, I don't have time right this second because she was in my driveway. It's easier for me to take the books into my store and go through them because I guess some of them had water damage. And sometimes when people pull them out of an attic or a basement and they see water, they think they're all damaged. I literally got the set handed to me. The only thing that's missing is out of one of the books, and I do believe it's Cinderella. I'll have to look at it to make sure it's Cinderella. The guts aren't there. But they're the wee, I don't know if you remember the wee tiny little books that came out one year of, I think it was Rudolph and some other ones where it had like a little thing where you could hang it on your Christmas tree. They're like that size. They're wee little. But just because you see things posted online, not all of them. You know, like sometimes they go outrageous on books, but you can still find them a lot cheaper. But these ones here, they're very hard to find. I've been in a bunch of different places, you know, antique store. I can't find these little golden books nowhere. And that's probably why. Because I will tell you guys, I'm making tags. Twisted, sorry. Sometimes, okay, say like when you go on Amazon and you see, or eBay, and you see one book, it doesn't necessarily mean that all the books are that pricey. Sometimes, okay, like I come across the book in my bookstore and I went to check the price on it, and it was showing up like $500 on Amazon. I'm like, what the heck? Here it was the only copy they had posted. So I think sometimes if a person only posts one book of something, it gets a really high price only because one of them's up. It makes it look like it's rare, but it's not. I think it's a site thing. I don't think it's always the bookstores putting that price on them. If that makes any sense to you guys, because later on, I found that same book under Abe's, probably like a couple years later, for like it was $10. So that book was not worth $500. It just because it was the only one posted. They have no other prices to compare it to. You know what I mean? But if it's like an 1800, because this book wasn't from the 1800s. But if you see books from like the 18 and 1900s, they possibly could be that high. But this one here wasn't written that long ago. So I've noticed that on eBay too. Like just because there may be 3 listings, it makes it look like it's valuable. And I have a couple books that Amazon has unavailable. That just means they just don't have a store with a copy of it at the time being. Does it mean that it's worth that much? Probably not. But you got to realize too, there's a lot of people that don't use, like I have a lot of people that come to my store that do not use computers. There's like an age group that loves to read, that's in like a retirement place up the street from me. And they love coming into my store because it's not overwhelming. Like this lady come in and she's like, I freak out like when I go to Walmart, because you got to realize these people were raised with my parents. Like I remember being younger, you maybe had a choice of 5 cough medicines. You go in Walmart now, you have an aisle. So some people get really overwhelmed and they come into my store and they love it because it's not so overwhelming, because it's a mom and pop shop and I tend to condense things. I don't have it to the ceiling, to the floor. So a lot of the elderly people love my store because of the setup. They're like, we come in here and it's small and it's easy. And that's why they like it, because it reminds them back in their day. Because I know Office Max can get overwhelming to me at times. I walk in there looking for a certain type of computer paper, and it's like, what the hell? You got like 3 aisles of this stuff. And then I have to take my time to go through it. And some guy even come into my store. He said it took me a half an hour, seriously, in Walmart the other day to pick out my daughter's cough medicine, because I was looking for her symptoms in the medicines. And there's so many to choose from nowadays. It's awful. My husband hates to shop for that reason. He's like, I just want one thing, and I go in there, and then next thing I know, I'm shopping for like a half an hour because I can't find exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah, well, that's true too, Louise, but I'm just saying that if some people can't afford it, there's no sense in paying what you don't have to, you know? I mean, there's some people that do have that kind of money to throw away on books, but there are some people that don't. Like most of the people around me are kind of thrifty people. I don't get wealthy people coming in my bookstore looking for books. I think that you would find those more online, or if you were having an auction. I think people look for that kind of stuff, when they go to estates, auctions, and things like that. But see what happened here recently. I think it was like a couple summers ago. And it's sad to say this, but we had a bunch of deaths. And there was people who didn't, went in, like they have their families going. Like one of the guys that comes into my bookstore, he's well affiliated with the churches and they know him. So what he does is after the family and the kids and everything get what they want off of the estate, they call him in to clean up everything that's left over. And then he takes it to a flea market and they split it with him 60-40. They let him keep 60% because he's doing all the work, but anything he makes off of it, they get 40%. There is an actual auction site online that does the same thing. It's called Everything But the House. You can go look it up and read their rules. I love going in there. If you guys want to check out a really great online auction site, it's amazing. They've got everything. Even pink Cadillacs. I've seen pink cars. I've seen all kinds of stuff. Clear to postcards, vintage cards, books, you name it. I've shopped from there. That's where I found some of the books I shared with you guys and showed you guys. But they do the same thing. It's a company in Missouri, which actually it's kind of brilliant. Whatever the family doesn't want, they come and pick up and clean everything out of your house. They clean everything the kids don't want out of the house, and then they auction it. But theirs doesn't run for so many minutes. You got days to bid. I think the longest I seen was 5 days on there. But they can come up and try to kick your butt at the very last minute. And they do have an auto bid. You can set. You want to talk about blood racing. I remember the first time I did an auction on there was something I wanted really, really bad. It was this book, and I did get it. But oh my God, at that last minute, they were coming after me. And I only have so much money to work with. I'm not rich. So I kept praying, please don't take it past the 100. I've never paid 100 for a book in my life. And I got a whole set for $70. I was so lucky on that auto bid because that last 10 minutes, man, they come in there and you can watch it the whole time on your computer and you can see where they're auto bidding, trying to outbid you. It's crazy. I don't like going there too often. I've only been there a few times when I've had extra money to play with because it can get out of hand, especially if you're stubborn and determined. Your pocketbook can go broke really fast. But it's called ebth.com. And you go to their section and type in, they even had children's books on there sometimes. And postcards. And I've announced that site on here before. But all the books that I got from the auction, that's where I went. The ones I showed you guys from I got Shakespeare and some bunch of stuff, and that's where I got them, was that site. That's the auction I attended. But I also know my limitations. Like after a certain point, I just have to let it go. There's they sold, what was it? 5 bags of stamps. And they were already postmarked. Somebody was cutting them up and saving them for a really long time. It was a lot of freaking stamps. And it looks easy because you'll see like $1 and you have 4 days left. But believe me, they will come in and tear up the bids. I mean, they really bid. And I let it go to like $65 and I backed off because it ended up going for $365. There's just no way I could swing that for 4 bags of stamps or 5 bags. I just can't do it. So you have to stay within reason or it can get out of control. I think the most I ever let one run was one book that I got for $100. And I think I showed it to you guys. It was the the American one, but it was a lot bigger. It's not like your average size book. This thing is huge. And it's got illustrations that are copyright free. So I could actually scan them and turn them into stuff if I want to, like postcards and things like that. And I may eventually. I just got to work out my printer situation. I have printers that don't work like they should right this second. And my brand new printer, my Envy, that never did work, makes me angry. I've had it for 2 years because I didn't set it up right away because we were moving stuff around. It never did work. So I went to HP and I'm like, listen, I was willing to pay $20 for a tech support. And the guy took me through all these steps just to tell me the guy that you need to come in and work on, it's not here. Like, you're freaking kidding me. Like 2 hours out of my Sunday. All that way, it's like, well, if if you knew that the person wasn't there to remotely fix it, then why would you take me through all these prompts? And they think it's a driver. Did something when it was delivered, I don't know, it just never worked. And they think it's a driver and somebody's got to come in and fix it somehow, but I don't have coverage. Like, I didn't buy the extra insurance. So I don't know what this is going to cost me, but I've never got to use it except, well, I can't say never. It printed 5 copied papers off of my computer, then quit. And then everything came out black and white after that. So there's something wrong with it, that the color's not working. I can scan and it'll work, but it won't print off my computer in color. So try to troubleshoot that. Say a printer, when you try to printer troubleshoot an HB printer that doesn't print in color, it'll tell you it's a messed up cartridge or something. That's not what's wrong with it. It's had 2 different cartridges since I've got it, because they only give you the sample and it doesn't give you any answers for that. There's no answers on Google for that. All you get is your standard uninstall, reinstall, or, you have a defective, all the bull crap that's not the answer. I love troubleshooting computer stuff. It's wonderful. For some reason, oh, there it is. I was like, where the heck did my wipies go? But I'm trying to get this ink off of this so I can put it away. But I think I did. These are done. I'll show you my $100 book here in a second. I'm just going to clean this up so I didn't get nothing on it when I pull it out, because it is falling apart, but I love the book. And they have different ones of this one in different colors and styles, because I have looked this book up. And when it first pops up, it says it's like worth $300. So I don't feel bad for paying $100 for it. I just love the book. This is what they look like, distressed and finished. All I got to do is put the things on them and they're done. So this is great. This worked out wonderful. So I ended up with 6 of them finished. So all 6 are finished. And then I have, this is part of a stash for later, because I'm building up my stash of stuff. But anyway, I think I've showed you guys in here before. Let me find it. Yes. Do I regret paying $100 for this book? No, I do not. Would I ever do it again? No. Because I don't have that kind of money to throw around now. I was just blessed because I had money to do it. But this is a very, very huge book. It is a little over 12 inches tall. And 10 inches wide. And this is the inside of it. Patty really does get us deals, by the way. She really does. I found a reading book like she sells at our antique mall for like $13, flat priced. So when she does them for like $5, we're getting a deal. This here is called Voyages and Travels on Scenes in Many Lands. And the copyright is 1887. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's got just beauty in it. It's got buildings. It's got scenic places. It's just, here's one of the pictures. I'll turn it around and show you. The binding's all falling apart on it. But this here is Memorial Hall. It's huge. And it's got this like tissue paper in front of some of the beautiful pictures in it. But I could turn these into postcards if I scan them. Look how gorgeous this is. That's the Stock of Vodict. Beautiful scenery pictures. And it has 576 pages in it. I love this book. So I don't regret spending it on this one, but see where it's falling apart? This is how old this is. Like the whole binding is shot on this. The cover and stuff's not in bad shape. It's just the back part of it. If this would be redone, it would have to have like screws put in it. But I think this would be awesome. There's a specific type of printer I would like to get so I could print both sides and turn these pictures out of this book into postcards and sell them by the stack in my Etsy store. That's what I would love to do. I love this book. But we shall see with time. I don't know. Right now, my husband's job is just so iffy. I really shouldn't even be shopping. But I'm trying to get some Christmas stuff done too. I've been shopping for some people for Christmas through Patty this last time. But I am trying to conserve money because they laid off all those guys where my husband works. And I guess 12 more guys walked out. And 3 more came back off of layoff. So I don't know what's going to happen because they moved part of his mill to New Jersey and we really don't want to move. But I don't know. My husband's been talking about it though. Because he said if they go to New Jersey, he might have to go for a while. I don't know. Because he makes decent money there and there's nothing local where we live that would pay that kind of a pay. So I don't know. We're just still praying. And the money I've been making off of the live sales, I've been leaving in my account that I have separate from my bookstore as like a cushion in case something happens. So really it's like, this is to you, Tina. Yeah, I just hate the thought of it because I don't know how we would sell this house that we live in because a lot of people could afford this type of a house. I don't know. I guess it was a police officer that looked at this house before we got it, but we still owe so much money. I don't know. I just don't know. If our house was paid for, I don't think we'd be as stressed because all we'd have to worry about is utilities, but it's the house payment on top of the utilities. Like, if we worked minimum wage, even both of us, we could never afford this house. Not possible. I don't know how people on minimum wage even make it right this second, to be honest. Because, I mean, to make it in food and just paying rent, because when the oil, what happened here was we still have rent here for $350, which is not bad. But what happened is when the mineral rights and the oil drillers and stuff come in, people upped the rent. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, there was people that started putting $1,000 a month on rent here. This is West Virginia, like the poorest state you could live in. And by having the rent go up like that, there was people, like, I literally saw and heard so many stories about people getting kicked out of places, like, just because they couldn't pay the rent. And a lot of the people who were trying as single parents and stuff to get places couldn't find them around here because they couldn't afford them. And there was a story that was shared by a friend of mine who told me that there was this one mother who had an addiction problem. And when she got out, she was really trying hard to get a job and get her kids back out of foster care and everything. Well, she couldn't afford any of the rent. It's like, what are these people supposed to do? And that right there is hard. I mean, life itself is hard enough without having this kind of stuff thrown in your face. So when we rented our house out, we had a rental property that burnt down, unfortunately, but it went to a mom and some kids. She was an EMT though. And she had like 5 kids and she was married, but still, that's a lot of mouths to feed. So she was so thankful that we only rented for $350 a month because she said she couldn't afford it. All these places they upped. And it was a faulty toaster. She put toast in and went to go to the bathroom. Next thing you know, the house caught on fire. It was awful, but I'm just glad her and her kids got out. I don't care about the property. And then, of course, I'm calling the insurance company about everything, and they're like, oh, she'll sue you and blah blah blah. I'm like, why are you trying to pit us against each other? I'm like, she didn't have rentals insurance. How do you think she's going to sue me? I don't have no money to give her, and she don't have no money either, raising 5 kids. I'm not going to sue her for burning my house down. It was an accident. Accidents happen. That's just what's wrong with society nowadays. Too many people fight over stupid things. And that's not what happened at all. None of what this fire or this insurance guy tried to provoke drama, none of it happened. What ended up happening was her and the kids got out safely, which I thank God for that every day, because I would have died if somebody died in that house, because it was a house me and my husband flipped. The only thing it needed done was the outside of it needed resided. Everything in the house was brand new. And I took the day off my store one day because nobody was allowed in the top of the house, but of course we own the property, so I was allowed to go into the basement. And I found that was probably the only room that was saved. I found a bunch of the clothes her kids had, and it had no smoke damage. Most of it was just water damage from them putting out the 2 floors above it, but it burnt. There was no saving it because the insurance guy was like, well, you know, if the foundation's good, we can put the money back in. I said, it's not going to be savable. You have not seen the house. I was there. There was 3 fire places there. You're not going to save it. It's gone. I said, because that's about all that's left. It's the structure. They busted out the bay window we put in. I don't even want to think about all the money we put into that house because it was a lot of money. Because we put brand new windows, everything. And it just happened. But like I said, I'm just glad they got out. Hey, Cuisine. So I took the day off and I washed up all the clothes I could get a hold of. And I Googled like what was good to get like the smoky smell out. And they said Era, white vinegar, and all this stuff. And I spent the entire day at the laundromat. And I salvaged 3 garbage bags full of clothes and blankets because she literally lost everything. Well, because she was an EMT, because our community is really good like this, she took care of this woman's husband. She would go in on calls. So they gave her a house next to them on a land contract. So she got a home. And then one of the EMTs she worked with, it was somebody in the medical field, their family member had died. And once the kids got out what they wanted, there was still a washer and dryer. There was a kitchen table set or a dining room set or something like that. She got all new furniture handed to her. The community really pulled through. A bunch of people got the sizes that her kids were and bought clothes and took and donated clothes. So she ended up well, very well with, getting everything back. So, but we didn't fight or nothing. Everything was fine. There was nothing to do with suing or that's why I hate when people try to stick a little bug in somebody's ear to cause problems. You know what I mean? So how things work out, just let them work out. Never assume. And it all worked out where she got back on her feet. The only thing that really I think bothered was her son. Her one son really loved that house because it was in a community where they had a playground and stuff like that. And I think he missed it. But other than that, it is what it is. Stuff happens. But you do have, like, even family members were like, well, you didn't cry and you didn't like go to the ground. And I'm like, I'm not a drama queen. I'm sorry. When something bad happens in my life like that, just because I don't react the way a person expects me to react does not make me heartless. It's just a house. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a piece of wood. We both put money into it. I worked and put money into that house too. I spent a whole paycheck just on, one of the rooms that we redid. I put up paneling that was really pretty. And I have pictures of everything. We have pictures of before and after what the house looked like. I spent hours sanding the whole kitchen cabinets instead of buying new ones because they were Amish made solid. Trust me, if you punch one of these cabinets, you would have busted your hand before you would have broke that door. That's how solid those cabinets were. And my husband just looked at me and I'm like, why not save them? Because when we was doing the kitchen, which is the last room we were remodeling, let's save what we can. And he's like, well, no, I don't know. Because he don't see my visions. I don't know if that has to do with being a crafter or just, having that type of vision, but I can go in the dirtiest room and see the most beautiful things. And I told him, I don't know. I just went in Lowe's one day. I picked out ebony stain and he said, oh, that's going to make the cabinets too black, blah, blah, blah. I said, you know what? You're not the one doing the cabinets, to be quiet. You just set me up with a sander. So he plugged the extension cord. I ran it out to my picnic table. And I mean hours, guys, on a daily basis. And I do have the pictures of before and after of these cabinets. They turned out beautiful. I spent hours sanding and grinding and trying to get into the corners. And then finally it came stain time. And when we hung them up, I literally had the cabinets on my shoulders while my husband was putting them back up. I mean, that was a lot of sweating and grinding. But at the end of the day, it's still just a house. If her kids would have died in that house, I'd have been way more devastated than it burning down. And that's just how I look at it. But like I had family members like I'd have been crying and blah, blah, blah. Like, why? I'm just not a drama queen. I'm sorry. It doesn't make me not normal just because I didn't act the way you wanted me to act. You know what I mean? Everybody's different. And she was hyperventilating. I was too busy taking care of my renter to actually have a reaction. She was like laying, she was literally hyperventilating because she burnt someone else's house down. Well, I probably would be too if it was someone else's house. But she was like, "Oh, I can't breathe." I'm like, "It's fine. You and the kids got out. That's all that matters." That was me. The whole time it was burning. And the fire trucks are putting it out. That was me consoling her. And so, but like I said, it is what it is. It happened. There's nothing you can do about it. It's gone. You just got to make the best and move to the future. So that's what I did. And we didn't have a lot of insurance money on the property. We only had the basic. And all I can tell people out there, if anybody ever watches this video, once it's posted, pay attention to the little details when you pick up fire insurance for your homes. In the United States, make sure that you have a decent cleanup amount, because we didn't. We had I don't know if it's different state to state or how it works even in the United States, but this is what happened to us. My husband only picked up a policy of a $2,000 cleanup when it cost $8,000, not $2,000. Because they won't even let you in the dump, because they have to haul your burnt house away, because they changed the law here in our state that if you have an abandoned building or a house burned down like that, you have to take it down, because the insurance policy you have on it, the local sheriff's department can keep, I think it's either 10 or 20% of that money, and you'll never get it until everything is moved. And you have a specific amount of time to get it moved. So my dad's friend he owns an excavating company. So we called them and asked them how much it would be, because I know my best friend's brother is the one that actually cleaned up my burnt house. One of my best friends growing up. And when we were in school, we grew up together. I mean, she's not my best friend now, but she was when we were kids. We drifted apart as we got older. But her brother's actually who came in and took care of everything. And it was $8,000 to remove the debris, take it to the garbage dump, and they excavated the property. Like, they buried the house, what was left in the basement part of it. They covered it all in, and then they reseeded everything. They re-put new green, seeds down for grass and that. And our policy, I think we only had like $25,000. We didn't have that much on the house. And by the time we took out the $8,000, we paid off some bills that we owed, because we had the house refinanced. And for my daughter's wedding, my oldest daughter, when she got married, we refinanced the house to pay for that. We had what they call an equity loan. Again, so we had to make sure that was paid off, because you can't have an equity loan on a house that's not there. So we had to pay that off. And then I had my daughter, found out she was pregnant with twins. And the best thing that came out of our insurance policy was me paying for her baby shower. I was able to afford a really nice baby shower for her when she had her twins. So that's basically what we got out of it. We definitely did not get rich. Hey, what you doing? Miss Natasha? Are you being a good girl? I'm still waiting for my invoices to hit my email. I got to get all my bills paid off. It's all fun and dandy when we're in them auctions, racking up them money points. Did you? You should have seen me on this last live sale I had. Was absolutely crazy. I don't order boxes. And it was like, oh my gosh. I had to repack Karen's 3 times because one box kept going over 70 and you can't have over 70 for medium amount. Oh, it's freaking crazy. I did it though. My back was hurt. My sciatic nerve didn't like me for a couple days because I had to keep lifting them and sticking them on my scales. I'm over here painting my nails just to have something to do. I finished my crafting project for this week. I had to figure out what to do next week. So what I'm going to do is Wednesdays, I'm going to come on and I'm going to do that live networking, even though people do come in on Tuesdays, they can network too. But tomorrow I'm going to do it to where I'm going to do some shout outs to some channels that's been really, really supportive to my channel. They come in and comment a lot and stuff like that. And I just made a mess on this nail, but that's okay. I think I even got ink on it. I love Wet n Wild. Their fingernail gels are just, I love them. Gel fingernail polish is just amazing. And all, I did do Jeffree Star. I wore the blue blood for Easter. Hey, Liz. Oh, listen to you. I need to get my nails done professionally. I've never had my nails ever done. I've been in for what they call your feet. I've had them cleaned. I don't think they were polished. I think it was just what is it, a pedicure, or I don't know what they're called. But whatever that is. I had that done once. Yes. My niece actually started as a beautician, and she wanted customers to come in, and my daughter took me in for like a spa day, and that's all I had done. But I've never had my nails done. I think sometimes it'd be nice to have a package to do that and get a massage. Gosh, that would be amazing. Massage sounds heavenly. I can't wait to get all of our goodies. Oh, is it? Okay, I'll check it out. Oh, I forgot you put them in your shop, Natasha. That's how I do mine too. What I do is I post them in, this is how I have to do mine. I post them in my Etsy store, and then I have to sign out of the account on my phone. I'll be in my Etsy store on my computer. Then I pick up the links and I email it to the people. That's how I do mine. Because some of the ladies were like, I can't find it. You know what I mean? So that's how I did mine. I just linked the email to make it easier. But it won't let me, for some reason, pick up the link while I'm signed into Etsy. I don't know why. So I have to sign out to do it. All right, I will have to check it out and get you paid. But look how pretty. This here is called Biflucia. Biflucia is what that color is. It's almost like a purplish pink. Pretty. Pink is not really my color, but I don't mind it as a nail polish or a lipstick. I'm just not a girly girl. I like my blues. Okay, so that's done. Get my caboodle back out. I always forget to push my cuticles back. I love this caboodle. I think this caboodle is so cute. I had fun with the Jeffree Star's Blue Blood palette. Oh my goodness. It's a little pigmented for me because I do kind of like subtle makeup. But oh my God, this palette. I just love it. This was my last expensive makeup. And I love the whole packaging. And oh, look at this. It's just gorgeous. The color I wore, I put Untouchable down first. And then I put Deceased across the top. And then I laid Ocean Ice on my eyelid. So that's what I wore out of the Jeffree Star palette. But I love this palette. I know. I'm always a tomboy. I never used to wear makeup. Now I got a heck of a collection because I started out as like a makeup channel. Actually, a product review channel. But it was makeup. But this palette. And look at this box. I would love to have a wooden box, just this color. With the silver design. It's just too bad this is cardboard. And not a box. I would love a wooden box that looked like that. Gorgeous. You know why I bought it. I've never owned any of his eyeshadows because he has a tendency of making eyeshadows for the drag queen world. Like people that really like bright reds and like I looked up his palettes. Like he's got an androgyny palette. He's got an alien palette, but they were all way too bright for me. So I've always wanted to review though one of his. And I really like this one. I love the Blue Blood. It's definitely my favorite. And my favorite metallics is this one. This is my favorite metallic eyeshadow palette of all time. I've done many reviews on this on my channel. I freaking love Urban Decay's Heavy Metals. There is no other palette out like this one. I just love the colors. My mirror's smeared. I love every single one of those colors. The shimmers are just beautiful. I'm not sure. Hey there, 540. How are you? This is my favorite palettes. This is my go-to for my metals. Love the packaging of this. Pretty. And I would just put my little horsey here so you guys could see my little horsey. My mother got me this. I just love this thing. It's so cute. I don't know. Let me see here. Check my phone. See how much of my paycheck I owe Natasha now. I gotta wait for pearls. Be nice if I was a great email. I get too many emails. Yeah, I don't have pearls total either. Oh, there's pearls. Okay, wait a minute here. Okay. Well, I got both your totals. Hold on a second. I gotta check something real quick. Awesomeness. Just give me a minute. I gotta pull up another browser and check something. I have two different accounts I use. When oh, come on. It could be a butt pain. Right? Yeah. Maybe. Okay. All right. Okay. Should get a different pay method. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna take care of business. Give me a second. Come on, phone. Why does that always happen? Really? Why do phones got to be such a pain? I don't get it. I don't know what it's showing you guys. Hold on. I'm pointing up to the ceiling. Okay, let's see here. Picky, picky, picky. No, that's right. Okay. Pearl is paid. Now I'm gonna go find Natasha. Okay. Yay! Okay. You're paid. Yep, there's my horses. Like my horses. This here is actually a blanket. And I turn it's like a wall hanging that, hangs on like a wooden thing, but I turn it into a curtain. And then bring it back to my desk here. Okay, let's see here what I miss. My messy desk. Let's see here. I can't even imagine what that would cost to mail in Japan. I need to go looking for some more stuff as far as fabrics, or like not fabrics, but like doilies and stuff are concerned, because we have this one place here and I found the most beautiful piece for $1. I paid $1. I showed you guys, I think, that blue piece that I paid $1 for. Somebody was like, "Oh my gosh, that's an awesome!" And I know I could get them reasonable. I just need to go look. I never usually buy that kind of stuff. I wasn't going to put like doilies in my sale, but then I saw some that I thought you guys would like when I went to that antique mall. So I picked some of those up, but there's another place I have near me. It's kind of more thriftier. It's kind of an antique store, but it's not really an antique store. It's more thrift, but they have a lot of really cute items for cheap prices. Let me see. I think I put it over here. I love this fabric. I found this fabric and fell in love with it. And I will eventually make something out of it. I just haven't started yet. It's got musical notes all over it. What in the heck did I do with that piece? I can't find it. See, I clean, ladies, and I can't find nothing. But I showed it on one of my live streams. It was like white with blue trim. Really gorgeous. And I only paid $1 for it. And I was like, yeah. I was looking for this the other night. Because I was playing in acrylics. I looked all over the house for this. You'll never believe where it was stuck. How are you doing, living? It was stuck with my distress inks of all freaking places. When I pulled out my inks, I was like, you're freaking kidding me. So now I know where it's at. Then I have a bunch of these types of stamps, like the plastic ones, like these ones, but I don't know where I placed the blocks that hold them. I have the blocks that hold these. I just got to find them. I don't know. Do you guys, when I have my next sale, do you guys think I should try to auction those things off? I don't know. I don't think I have enough people to really pull off an auction. But I have some arts and craftsy things that I did, but I don't like, they were in my Etsy store and they never sold. So I don't know if I should do them, just buy whatever people feel they're worth and then use them for the donation for the backpack program is what I was thinking about. But I am going to do a 2K giveaway. I just didn't know if anything would sell. What do you think, Tina? I was going to do like my Halloween journal I made. I've done flip throughs of it and stuff. I just don't know if anybody's interested in them. Good night, Louise. You have sweet dreams. Thanks for stopping. You get to see my Pebbly Poo hairdo today. My hair needs cut so bad. I'm going to stick my face on here for a change. Let me turn my camera around. I need a haircut. Me and my daughter were talking about going because I went to go last week. And let me pull my hair out. And come to find out the place that does my hair, usually they're out of business. They they're not open anymore. I would do bangs. There was this one haircut that I really, really liked. But then the bad thing about it is my bangs grow out so fast I can't keep up with them. Let me get my, you know what? I didn't get to wear my bunny ears. Instead of putting mini on, I put my bunny ears on. I do my bunny rabbits. Yeah, I think about that too sometimes, Journey. Like June, I have a we have a thing coming up, but I'm not going to have time in June. Because when I first started, I thought, well, I'll do it monthly, a sale monthly. And then I got to thinking, that's a lot of work. So I didn't think I'd be able to pull it off because I was at the time, what a lot of people don't know is I was working 7 days a week. I was so exhausted. And I'm still on call for the one job. It's just they don't have any patients up my way. But I work for a company that takes care of people that want to die at home. And I was doing that every Saturday and Sunday. So I work my store 5 days a week from 7 to 11, except for Wednesdays. It's 11 to 5. I have a meeting on Wednesday nights I like to go to. And then Tuesdays, I started doing the crafting live on here, plus the Etsy store, plus YouTube. That's a lot of work. So I kind of took a break from, like the other job hasn't called me because I don't have clients up this way, or I will be back to 7 days a week again. And then it's 2 8-hour days on the weekends. And by the second Friday, I'm usually so tired, I would close my bookstore and just sleep because I was so exhausted. But that job literally paid to get my bookstore off the ground. And then I got to thinking, well, maybe I'll just do quarterly, like do a sale once every 3 months because I need to move some of this inventory. And I hate the thought of donating some of the books because like I did that in the beginning and some of the books that I donated, we actually could be using because I never thought about the crafting world when I was shifting my books. So I don't know, but I can pull one off, I think every month, but I could never do it once a week or twice a week. I just can't do it. Hey, Luce, you have a good one. And then I got this, guys. This is going to be my next decoration to be added behind me. Look what I bought. I absolutely love this. There's a bunch of people that were running around with YouTube pillows in the red, and I found this, and this is so soft. And I need to go back through my receipts to find where I got this, but this is like so soft. And it takes I think 12 by 12 pillow, and it unzippers, and you put your YouTube pillow inside. And this is what the inside looks like. A lot of people had the all red though. They were just red and white. I like the black. Well, you're lucky. I work too much. And this here, I just love this. I can't wait to get my pillow set up because this is going to go behind me on my shelf. One of my friends, TPG, had one. There was a lady, I guess, on YouTube that used to make them. And I don't think she does anymore. And so I found this. I'm going to have to re-Google it because it came from China, but that's not where I ordered it from. There was an actual store that I found online, and I put this in, and I love it. Can't wait to get my YouTube color up behind me. I don't mind YouTube. I just don't know if I'll ever get the hours. Because I know a lot of people who are grinding and they do like a lot of long lives and stuff like that. And they really grind it. And I don't know if I can pull it off. 4,000 hours is a lot of hours. There was a guy on doing a video. He broke down YouTube hours, and it was like you had to have like so many thousands of friends watch like 11 minutes a day or something of your videos. I don't know. He had the math all done, but to me it looked like a lot of work. I never got the hours. I have the amount of people following my channel. You got to have 1,000 subscribers, and then you got to have 4,000 hours. What's sad was there's 2 newbies I saw the other day. They are so confused. Somebody's like, oh, it shows my 4,000 hours on my Creator Studio. I said, are you sure you changed the metric? Because it shows in minutes. So if it's in minutes, 240,000 is what it should say. So here they weren't even halfway there. And then another person was like, oh, you're so close to getting your, because I guess when you hit a certain number, YouTube will send you a silver, the play button. You get it in a frame. And somebody told somebody else in a live stream the other day, oh, you're so close to getting your play button. I'm thinking she's not even at 1,000 yet. And I think he must have misunderstood. He thinks everybody at 1,000 gets the play button. It's when you hit 100,000, you get the play button, not 1,000. Yeah. Hey, Gooby. You go into your Creator Studio and you click on Analytics, and it'll show you under you have to have 100,000 to get the play button. Hold on a minute. Let me switch over here real quick. I'll tell you where it's at. You sign in, you click Created Studio. You go to your analytics. Okay, and then your watch time at the top says last 28 days, or you click lifetime. Now, if I click lifetime, what it'll do is it takes you back to when I started YouTube, which my lifetime right now, I started July 29th, 2017 to April 21st, 2019. You know how many minutes I have? 91,244 minutes. That's in 2 years. I haven't even hit the 400 hours yet in 2 years. It's 240,000 hours is minutes is 4,000. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is what's sad. I haven't even hit it yet. See if this is showing to you guys. Is that my computer screen? Man, that needs cleaned. That's what I get for having grubby hands. There's 3,033. Go up right there. 91,244. That's minutes. If you convert that watch time to hours, you have to click on where it says watch time, and it'll open up your metrics. You put compare metrics and you click on that. And then you go down to more metrics, and then it has a drop down. It says watch time hours, real tiny. So when I click it to change it to hours, you'll see that number. I only have 1,521 since I started. And that's supposed to say 4,000 when? Because I've been at this for 2 years and I haven't gotten past that. So I guess I'm not that entertaining. But no, I think a lot of it is I didn't do any live streams, and my videos were only like 3 minutes long. Like, I really didn't have watch time produced to begin with. And that's why they say your hours matter when you do watch time hours, because if you don't, then you're not going to get nowhere. Because you can't get paid. You can get paid on YouTube. Did you know that? Hey, Blood. Yeah, that's what happened, Tina. I was only doing like 2 or 3 minutes. So when people did give me time, because I thought with this is what my way of thinking was. I didn't know anything about YouTube when I started. My way of thinking was the shorter the videos, the better, because you're watching like thousands of other people. So I thought if you made it shorter, it would matter. That they could just come and watch 3 minutes of yours so that they can get around to visit their friends. So I had no lives. I had short videos. So that's why mine are so low. But I was just showing them since July 29th is my anniversary. It'll be my 2-year anniversary on YouTube. I haven't even had 240,000 minutes yet. My minutes are only, what did I say? I have 1,000 and some hours in 2 years of watch time. That's it. That sucks. So I started doing lives, a few Tuesdays ago again, to make it steady, because they say that the lives is what gives you your watch time. My watch time hours suck. Literally, they really do. I know, but oh well. This is what it was. Let me switch over and I'll tell you. I just read it. It's sad though, because I typed in lifetime. I mean, I switched it to lifetime. Hold on and I'll tell you. But I do have a couple people helping me right now trying to get my watch time. Okay, so I went to analytics. I'll tell you, Blood, because you're more experienced at this. He is. And hold on, clicking on my real time. Okay. So I go, it has last 28 days. You switch to lifetime. My lifetime, like I said, is from July 29th, 2017 was my date I started my channel, to April 21st, 2019. I only have a total of 91,244 minutes for the entire 2 years. That sucks. So if I go down to the hours, because I know it's 240,000 minutes for 4,000 hours, and I changed my metrics to hours. For 2 years, I only have, come on up here, 1,521 hours of watch time. I don't even have half in 2 years. That sucks. So if I click on here, the dates, okay, from the 17, okay, this will be, because they give you a calendar. I'm going to click on my date, 7/29/2018, to where I'm at right now and hit apply. This will be 365 days when it comes to the 29th. I only have 873 hours of watch time. So I'm not going to make it again this year. I don't even have half still. That sucks. Oh, well, thank you, Tina. See, if you run somebody else's playlist, it doesn't matter, Journey. You can go either or. But if you go into someone else's playlist, you can actually, stream it for someone else to help them out. And somebody did that as a gift on their stream. They were like, I'm going to pick a number. If you pick a number, I'll run your, but she's doing it by playlist. I didn't have any playlists created. I just created playlists. I'm learning slowly. I didn't rush into nothing. I'm not a rushing person. So I started creating my playlist the other day. So my playlists aren't even done for somebody to run a playlist. There used to be a way you could click on a person's name when you open up their video right by their name and run all their videos straight through without creating a playlist. I don't know what happened to that, because I remember running that and it kept stopping and I had to keep fixing it. But I'm now creating my playlist, but it's going to take me a little while. But I don't even have 1,000 videos done either. My video count is, I think the more videos you have done, the better that is too. I thought it was like 700 and something. I don't have a lot of videos because I didn't start like doing them every day when I first started. So it was like, let me see here. Let me go to my subscribers and I'll tell you. Oh, I didn't take these guys out. Video manager. I have 811 videos. I thought it was 700, but it isn't. And then I started creating my playlist. Just recently, so I don't have that many in my playlist yet either. If you click on beta, I mean, I don't know. I click on the Creator Studio, but if you go in, it'll pop up a list on your left-hand side. If you click the words and you go down and read, and when you go down to your analytics, that's when you click it and it opens up underneath Journey, and then you go in there. There's like a drop-down list. I've been in both, but I can't remember what beta looks like. I know the Creator Studio better. But a lot of people, what's nice is they start their channel. Like I know a couple people who started their channels and they're getting the views. Like other channels would like shout them out. And they were getting the views before they hit the 1,000. So all they needed was the numbers. They already had the hours. Me, I'm doing it backwards. Like I'm getting the numbers, but I don't have the hours, which that happens too to some people. It just all depends. Because one of my friends is, she just became 1K, but she's already getting paid because she had the hours before she hit her 1K. When I started YouTube, you didn't have to have 4,000 hours. And that's another reason why I never really grinded. They changed that rule into my second year. The first year, I think once you hit 1,000 subscribers, you automatically started getting paid. There was no hours. Well, then they changed it to where you couldn't just get 1,000 subscribers like right before I hit, to you have to have 4,000 hours watch time. So if I'd already been paid, all I would have had to do was keep grinding what I was doing. But now I never did get paid yet. It's not a lot of money. You get a super chat that you'll see a dollar sign down by a person's chat. That's how you know a person's getting paid, and people throw them tips. Like Curiosity Inc. I love watching their channel. They bought a hoarder house. It was a potter's house. I love that. And he was down, redoing the house and staying in hotels and stuff. And it was great because his followers were watching his content, and they basically were shooting money at him during his live stream. And he used that money to help pay for things like the hotel and things like he told the people where all the money went. It was like really cool. There's people who can shoot you $1, they can shoot you $20. I've even been in stream and watched somebody being shot $100 at a time. It was crazy. And I think YouTube takes out like 30% or something, and then you make the rest of the money and they send you your check. And it's all about ads. AdSense is a company that runs ads through YouTube, and it's the companies that actually pay for AdSense. So when you go into a video, you want to watch a person that you're following. You want to watch that ad and not skip it, because if you skip it, that person doesn't get paid. I like talking about this kind of stuff on our stream because I'm learning as I go along too. And I thought it was horrible because I'm thinking, I thought they got paid because the ad was placed in the video, until somebody told me different, because I kept skipping them. I would wait for like the count of 3, and some of you can, it won't let you, but then some will let you skip. I kept skipping them to hear the content, and here they were getting paid for that. I didn't know that. I thought just for having it in your video, you got paid. Like every time you made a video, you know what I mean? Like a TV commercial, but that's not how it works. You got to literally watch the commercial. And I don't know if it's an ad where somebody's selling. Now, I don't know how that works if a person clicks on and actually buys something. If you get more money from that or not, I don't know. I don't know all the details of it yet. I just know that in my analytics, it says I'm qualified. I got a check mark, like your box will be green for everything that you're qualified for, but the AdSense is red on mine because I don't have the hours yet. And then I guess once you get the hours, you got to wait for like a month or so before they pay you. Well, if you have over 2 million in your minutes, then you would have it. Once you hit 1K, you should start getting AdSense. Like I said, some people get the minutes before the if you're getting the minutes before you hit the number, well, no, you're already at 3,924. So how come you're not getting paid? Because you should be getting paid. Oh, well, that's what we were talking about. That's how it works. That's how the AdSense works. And the higher up you are, the better it is. In numbers too. But I just got my 2K, but I'm not even close to having the minutes yet. That's what I was saying. My minutes are awful. But a lot of people, the highest recommended videos for people to watch is ones that people can learn from. Mine just started out as advertising for books that didn't have anything to do with teaching anything. So this year has been different for me. It's been because, you change with your channel, I think, sometimes, because I didn't even come here to create a channel. So it all depends on your intentions. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't even know the common user could have a channel. What year did you start YouTube? I know some people started like years ago, but then they didn't build. They came back later, and then the second time they did, and now they're doing better. Because I know people come on, like I've changed my channel name once. It used to be Tammy's Makeup Treats. I came on in 2017, July 29th. Did you come on knowing what you wanted to do though, Journey? So I didn't know. I came here looking for advertising things. I didn't have a clue I was even going to turn into a channel. Oh, I bet. I know a lot of them, a lot of people don't know. Like they start off like vlogging and then they change to something else. Like it's kind of like being in school. What do you want to be when you grow up? I don't know. But that's what happened for me. I came here looking for advertising and it turned into a channel. Well, that's good then. So you pretty much did. You came here to share your craft, so you did. See, a lot of people like to do it yourself stuff. I know when I came to YouTube, the very first time I used it was I was looking up music videos. And then another time, my husband wasn't home and we didn't have Drano and I had a clog in the sink. So I typed in YouTube how to unclog the sink and a video popped up. It didn't work, but they said to use baking soda and I forget what it was. I used the rest of what I had. I had all the ingredients, but it didn't work. So I know that do it yourself didn't work. Oh, that's funny. You know, the shopping hauls really surprised me on, how well some of them do, because I know this one lady I watch, this was hysterical. She buys for a bunch of different people. She doesn't just buy for herself because that's like her job. That's what she does. Her YouTube channel is about shopping for people because everybody works. So she, was monetized. She's up in numbers. And somebody left a comment in her comments because she says, okay, Q&A time, and she was answering questions. And somebody asked her why she hoarded all the stuff she bought. You should have seen the look on her face. She says, why would you ask me such a question? Because she said, listen, just because I shoot my shopping hauls so many days a week and it looks like they're back to back, like I shop every day, I literally don't. I run my kids around because they're in sports and everything else. But I don't just shop for myself. I shop for other people and they give me requests. And she said, so if you really want to see my collection, and she literally took them in her garage, she had hardly anything. They must have thought she was doing all this shopping and hoarding. I thought that was hysterical. Her house wouldn't be able to keep the stuff that woman buys. You know how like some people dog walk? She shops for people. I think that would be a cool job. Somebody to give me a list and I get paid to go shopping for them all day. I could do that. I never heard of junk journals until I came to YouTube, and I never heard of Funko Pops. I never heard of either or. But I don't know. I know I need to downsize some more too. Okay. Excuse me. I'm glad you get to come in though. I need to watch some more how you do it videos. The only thing that's bad though is I notice some people in the crafting community get all bent out of shape when other people watch their stuff and they start doing their crafts and they're like, well, they didn't even give me a shout out. And it's like, I didn't know you were supposed to shout out every single channel. I can't remember every place I see things. I mean, if I do remember, I don't have a problem with it, but some of them just get really bent when you do their, and sometimes how do you know we don't come up with the same ideas? So that's one of the reasons why I don't watch too many of um I know that's why I don't watch too many videos of people doing stuff. I rather just wing it on my own because I don't want people to think I'm taking their credit. Because, like, when, I mean, like for makeup, for instance, there's only so many ways you can apply makeup. There's only so many ways you can do art. It's not like that there's things out there. I'm sure it's very rare if a person finds a thing that nobody else has done. I mean, not being rude, but a lot of people can think of the same things. Like, for instance, when January was here, I literally am in a Facebook group, and this was what's really crazy is I got to think, would it be cool to sit down because I'm Aquarius and just do like a set of 12 journals with Gemini and Aquarius, and it just ran through my mind. And not even 2 weeks later, I went into this site, and I'll be darned if a girl wasn't doing it. Now, if I started doing that and started showing it, they probably thought I was mocking her, but I really wasn't. That's funny. Tina, you were supposed to do a test run. All you could do is let me know. All I gotta do is send you a link and I can pull you right up here in Google Hangouts. You could come on and test yourself. Um, we could broadcast in private before we go live. I think I can pull you. No, I have to pull you in after it's public because I don't know if there's a link before or after. I have to think about that. Google Hangouts is just something I started with here not too long ago. But I can give you the link, but I think no, you could do it in private because I think I had Nikki on before we took it live because she was testing her audio. But I think it's fun. I think it's fun to craft with people on a live. I think that's a blast. I know Millie keeps bugging me to come up on her panel. There's two other people I like that go up on her panel, and she goes, "Are you ready to come up on my panel yet?" They've been trying to get me up there, but I was too tired. I said, I will. I don't mind going on people's panels. I think it'd be fun. Millie's very talented. God, I could watch that woman craft all day. Aw. Well, you just let me know, Tina. Anytime I can invite you up here. It's really easy. For some reason, it wouldn't let me do the link. I can't send it like in a private message because it wasn't working in Google Hangouts for some reason, but I can email it. And all you got to do is click the link and it brings you right to the live. It's pretty cool. And then you have to mute your sound. Something about the sound on your end to stop feedback. Hangouts is not hard. You just got to make sure you have Google Chrome. I use Firefox because it's my preference. Any computer that I get, I just automatically use Firefox in and I download it because I don't care for other search engines. I just really like Firefox. So, but the thing is Google Hangouts doesn't work through Firefox. So I had to download Google Chrome, and then you go through Chrome to get it to work. So then I take and I send a link to whoever wants to be on my live, and they just come right in through Hangouts. I'm not on my phone. I don't do Google Hangouts through my phone. I use my computer. I don't think you can use Google Hangouts through a phone. I think you have to be on a computer. I don't know if you can invite a person through a phone, but I know when you do it, like when you set it up, it has to be on a computer on my end. All I know is that some of the people who are under 1K are coming in through Streamlabs and stuff, and I guess YouTube's been shutting them down. They've been taking their streams or their accounts away from them. That's what I heard. But I know once you're at 1,000, it doesn't matter because there were some people trying to cheat their way around it, and they're finding out they're using different ways of getting in and they're closing them. So I don't know. The only way I know is OBS and through Hangouts. And I never use my phone to do it. If I go on my phone, I just do a regular live stream through YouTube on my phone. But when I'm on Google Hangouts, I use it through Chrome on my computer because this is my computer. This is what I'm on right now. But my phone, I would never use that for that. It's not powerful enough. I'd have to have it plugged in the whole time. And I have a Samsung 9. So, but I would never use my phone for Google Hangouts. This is my phone. I thought somebody was trying to call me earlier. Maybe they were just blowing me up. No, they were just blowing me up. But like, I had the only thing I have on here is Hangouts, is if I'm doing a one-on-one video with someone else. Like Nikki will call me through the Hangouts. This is what Hangouts looks like. It's this little thing right here, and you click on it, and it pulls up all your friends in Hangouts. And like, I'll do a video call with them through it, but to do a chat through it, I won't. I would never have an iPhone. I'm an Android user. I pay one amount for unlimited everything. I pay $55 a month for unlimited texting, unlimited everything, and no other extra charges. Because I refuse to get on a plan. My daughter's always telling me she owes like hundreds of dollars. I'm like, you're crazy. I'll do the $55 plan. I'm too cheap. But I had an invite to Hangouts to my phone from someone else. But I just personally wouldn't do Hangouts through my phone. I mean, I don't know if it can be done because I've never tried it. But my personal opinion is I want something with power because the computer lags enough. You know, you have enough lag through it that I just want something more powerful. So when I do mine, I would probably go invite it to someone stream on my phone if it was plugged in. But if I'm running it, I would rather have Google Hangouts on my computer. I don't know. All I know is when I do it on here, I pull up Google Chrome and type in YouTube and then go straight to YouTube like I'm signing in through the browser. And then on the left-hand side, when you clicked on Creator Studio and you've seen all that stuff, it had live stream. You set it up as an event. I don't know how to do that on a phone. So it lets me set up a time and a date, or it lets me go live now. And I choose to go live now, and it's got the option over in the corner, and it says Google Hangouts or something. It's a little dot that's already filled in for now. And then you just click start and you put your title in, and poof, there it is. It pulls up another screen, and then it has broadcasts. And then I have OBS started. because somebody said they were going to shut down Google Hangouts. Whether that happens or not, I don't know, because you hear so many freaking rumors on here. It's sad. But I did install the OBS Studio onto my computer. The only thing I have to figure out is, like, I can get it up and I can get the sound on it. I just can't get the picture to come out yet, because it's a little more complicated. You had to put a code into it, some type of code thing. I'll figure it out eventually. I always do. When I was in Yahoo, I used to use Yahoo. I used to use the most complicated programs you can imagine, just because that's the part of the computers I liked, was figuring out everything. But the OBS Studio pops open. And I think you, in order to run a background and a front to it, I think you have to, hold on. I think you have to run 2 cams in order to get OBS to work if you want it like a fancy background. But this is called the CBS, let's see, OBS Studio Update. I'm updating it right now. I'll show you what it looks like if I can get my camera to stay steady. But it is a little more complicated. It's got a lot more features to it. You can't just go into it and hit an on button, unfortunately. Hold on, I'll show it to you. Okay, this is what OBS looks like. I'm hoping this will show it. You get this little black box and you have to type things in, and you got to put a source into it. Like, there's a bunch of things. I need to start with this. It's got screen transitions, controls, start streaming, start recording. It's got all kinds of features. I could see my voice moving. My volume's moving because this cam is actually, I did program my cam into it so far, but I haven't had time to sit down and play with it like I did Hangouts. But it doesn't have a picture. Like, you got to add something in it to get the pictures and stuff moving. Technology. It's always so much fun. Always one thing after another, you know? But if they take down Google Hangouts, OBS is going to be the only way to get into YouTube, because they were cracking down on stuff, I guess. I don't know. Who knows? YouTube changes so much. At times, you never know. But I just have to go watch somebody that did a video on it and study and figure the rest of it out, because I'm not sure about some of it. I think the last person I seen do a video on OBS was Green Bay Wacky. I think he has a video that he was showing you step by step his setup, because he runs, like, I don't know if you ever seen, well, R5 Adventures does the same thing, but they have like a waterfall background or some type of picture in their background, and then you'll see just their heads in a chair. Like, sometimes Green Bay will have like dogs running around in the background. He shows this husky. And it's really cute because it's like kind of like something scenic you would see as wallpaper. And then you see like just them sitting in a chair. And he runs 2 videos to get that effect, like 2 cameras. And he uses OBS to do it. And it's really cool. He explains it in detail in one of his videos, but I haven't messed with it. Well, hello, Hallmark Ministries. How are you? I get to meet the Missy today. Unless you're the same person. She was so sweet. She did her very first live stream today. And you were saying you were from Alabama. I know that accent. I figured that's where you were from. I had a friend that I met a long time ago from Alabama on the web, and oh my goodness, she said she's something else. Little Southern Belle. I had a couple friends from Alabama actually. Very awesome ladies. I love all the accents from everywhere. The only ones I have a hard time telling apart is New Zealand from Australia, and sometimes Minnesota from Canadian. There's a lot of people like from the northern part of Minnesota that, oh my gosh, they sound just like Canadians. Oh, well, you're welcome. I'm glad you got the nerve up to do it. It's scary. The very first time. I know I'm trying to get Tina up here too. We'll get her up here to do one. But I'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna go, guys, because it's been a while. Um, okay, this is good. To 11 o'clock, I feel is an earlier cutoff because poor Tina, she usually puts up with me till midnight. But I'll be back tomorrow night. Um, I don't know if it'll be 9 or 10. I'm not sure. It'll either be 9 to 10 or 10 to 11. I haven't decided on the time yet, but it's going to be networking night tomorrow night. So tomorrow night, it's going to be more like a channel share. Okay, Tina, you just let me know. But you guys have a great one. And yeah, Michaela, you just got to come in and now it's time to leave. But yeah, that's what we'll do. So tomorrow night we'll do some networking because I want some channels to get to know each other and stuff too that visits. I love it when communities pull together and get to meet different communities too. I think it's awesome. We all get to run around in this with the same people. It's kind of cool. So you guys have a great one, and thank you guys for coming in and spending time with me. This was fun. Great chatting. And if you guys learn anything, you want to share anything, just let me know. I'll have to think of what to start crafting next week. Bye. Mwah.